All right. All right, hold on. All right. What's good, people? Hope this light's okay. Everybody doing okay? Everybody all right? Big game tonight. It's bigger because the Spurs lost a game they should have won yesterday. More Sohan, please. His defense so good. Let the other players play so offense. Big part of playing Sohan is you don't put him at center, and you certainly don't put him at center with far less talent than the starting lineup. He should definitely be out there with the better players. But yeah, doing all right, F-Ice. What they do now? Well, I mean, what they do now. Yeah, I get you. I don't even have to ask what they did now. I'm assuming they killed somebody else. I don't know. Fox gonna go off tonight. He needs to. Didn't he go like 4 for 18? It was kind of awful. So you guys are wondering. I saw quite a few people in the chat. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it right there. Pre-game show. Why are we doing a pre-game? All that stuff. So the reason why we're doing a pre-game, guys, is because the Spurs literally play at 8:30. Okay, in my time. So they'll be done at 10:30, which we will go live maybe 15 minutes after that. And then after that, you know, we usually wait for the press conferences to release. So it might be 11. So we'll be live until like midnight, 12:30. I can't do that tonight. I can't, especially after last night going to the game, driving back. You guys saw, like, I went live on my phone. It was very late. So I just can't do it. I have to actually get some rest tonight. So yeah. So just can't do it. But also, just throwing this out there, and I'm gonna bring this up more often, because I haven't in a while, because I just haven't really been taking orders. Like, anytime somebody tried to order anything on the merch shop, I just refunded it like immediately back, because I just wasn't not necessarily not in the headspace, but I just had a lot going on till I just couldn't do it. But now I am going to be doing it up till July. So that's when we'll stop. And the reason why we're stopping is, as you guys know, I'll be moving to Japan this year. So we'll be doing this for 6 or 7 months, right? So I'm going to try to get as many orders as humanly possible in on doing this. Now, as far as stopping the shop, I don't know if I do stop it, or if I change it, then it would just be, I don't know. That's something that I'm just not really doing right now. So, or thinking about right now. But just expect for it to end in the next 6 or 7 months. So with that being said, I do want to start bringing it up. Take your time. No, I'm good now. I'm just going to be fulfilling orders at the end of each month. I think that just makes the most sense. So you can put in your orders now. Just have some patience. It's going to take a while before you get your stuff, because as you guys know, I actually make all of it. So I get the material, and then I create a home, ship it out, and all that. So let me go ahead and shout myself out before we get into anything, because I do want to go over some press conferences from last game, because I think they're prevalent regardless of what happens tonight. So big shout out to me. Anyways, if you guys are interested in getting any type of merch, just head on over to clanthemerchfan.com. And I have a bunch of different designs on here. Actually, I'm just going to show you my favorite one. Well, okay, technically this one's my favorite one. I'll be honest. Technically this one is, just because I'm a nerd. Invader Whim. I just really like it. I think it's great. But hold on, I'll show you my favorite concept. Oh, it's right here. I thought it was on that second page. I really like this one. So this is the beautiful game. And it was kind of funny because when I first did this one, someone pointed out that I had the date wrong. I think at first I had June 14th, but obviously it's June 15th is when they won the championship. But anyways, if you guys are interested, please head on over to Clan the Merch Fan. Get yourself some merch. Show your boys some support. And everything, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter on your part, but every single thing that you buy will be going towards moving. So If you guys are interested, you know, you can help a brother out. Okay. But yeah, so some good stuff over there. So clanthemerchfan.com, go check it out. All right. So, let's see. That 8-second violation was all him. Are you talking about Sohan? Yeah, that was crazy. I don't care what people say. He's too good. There's no reason he shouldn't play. There's no way. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to find a way to get him to play. And the excuse of, oh, he doesn't shoot threes is not good enough, bro. It is not good enough, especially when you have a team full of people who's not shooting efficiently at three. Like that is no excuse. And I feel like a lot of times we've been seeing Wemby on the ground. We've been seeing teams get more and more physical with us. And sometimes you need somebody that's a little chippy, somebody that's going to be kind of a nuisance, getting your head a little bit. It shouldn't have to always just be Wemby, because let's be real, it's always Wemby. Wemby is the one that gets in your head, and he primarily only does it like against agitators or if it's OKC. So, you know, yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look here. A looky-see on what the San Antonio Spurs. Oh, Mitch Johnson he got quite a few views from that last game. I see. All right, I'm definitely interested in what he has to say. Anyways, Sohan can't be out there when you need some points, and especially when you need a game winner. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we have a plethora of players on this team that are inconsistent, that don't shoot efficient. Like I don't know. I don't see any of this yelling for like Harrison Barnes when he has a bad game offensively for him to like not be on the court. Like I don't know, and he's not that great defensively, but I don't see it. I don't see it for Castle as well. Castle will give you 5-6 turnovers, take horrible shots, shoot 20% from three, but no one's arguing because everyone can see past that and see that he brings a lot of other things as well, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the thing is with Sohan. I think it's overblown. We're not the 2017 Golden State Warriors, okay? We need that nastiness. We need that chippiness. And yeah, that's why he should be on the court with other guys that can score, like Wemby. And you get a lot out of both of them. Obviously, yeah, Sohan should start, but it is what it is. Okay. So, as you guys know, we did not go over this, but regardless of what happens against the Lakers, which obviously this video is before the Lakers, I think that this is going to be prevalent nonetheless, and it also shows the issues that the Spurs have had as of late. So I think that this would be good to go over. Apparently, Mitch Johnson had quite a bit to say about the lack of execution from the San Antonio Spurs. And yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on that previous game against Memphis, my thoughts just overall about Mitch Johnson, and then we'll take a look at what he has to say. Now, before we do, really quick, big shout out to today's sponsor as always, Sleeper. So if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. All you have to do, you go over to the Sleeper app, you use promo code CLAN, you get a 100% match up to $100. But if you go over here to the pick section and you see, let's go to NBA. It's very simple, very easy. You can just do, I think Bobby Portis Jr. I saw quite a few people last night telling me that we need to get Bobby Portis Jr., which I'm not for it nor against it. But yeah, but as you can see, like, okay, points, rebounds, assists. He's been going over that quite a bit. I'm gonna go with more there. Wemby, more than 18 points. I'll be very shocked on that one. Steph Castle, that one's, You don't know how he's been playing lately, but I don't know. This is why I never do it with the Spurs, because I just mess everything up. I do more for everybody. Anyways, but if you guys are interested, go check it out. Link in the description. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our man. He's a man now. What our man Mitch Johnson had to say about the Spurs. Let's see. Oh, it's not a long clip. I thought it'd be a little longer.
To the guys after that.
Frustrating loss for a variety of reasons.
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and say this, because I said this during the stream, but I was literally in my car on my phone, and a lot of people aren't going to watch like a 2-hour video of me in my car in the dark talking. So let me go ahead and tell you what my overall thoughts were about the Memphis Grizzlies game. So first and foremost, I think that the San Antonio Spurs, as of late, that might have changed tonight against the Lakers. I don't know. But as of late, they have played quite soft. Not in the realm of like they're not playing with effort or anything like that. It's just seems like teams are getting more and more physical with them, a little bit more chippy with them, and we're not necessarily responding. I see Wembanyama on the ground way too often for my liking. I don't like it. And when I went to the game, I saw quite a few things that irritated me. Like for instance, Kelly Olynyk got yelled at, which it wasn't like super angry. So don't think that there was like any animosity, but he basically got yelled at from De'Aaron Fox saying, hey, help up your teammate, in which they just allowed the other team to help out. I think it was Steph Castle. And he was like, help him up. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that multitude of times Wemby, they were getting very physical with them. They were guys were picking like, oh, it's my turn to be on Wemby. And they were just really getting into his stuff. He still had 30 points because he's Wemby, but it was like, dude, why is he on the ground so often? And then Jeremy Sohan comes in. He shows that grittiness, shows that toughness, and the team overall started playing a little bit more aggressive. Now, I think it's a little arbitrary with the whole Wembanyama playing 20 minutes thing. I don't know what an extra 14 seconds would have done to him. I don't really get that. And also having 2 timeouts. I understand some people saying, well, you wanted to get them off guard. I don't really care for that. Okay. I don't really care for that, especially when you have 2 timeouts. The Memphis Grizzlies definitely had quite a bit of momentum, and let's just set something up for De'Aaron Fox, because we did this before, right? Where it was just like, hey, Fox, go save us. And it didn't pan out. Like, write something up, draw something up. So we can get a good shot. But he ended up shooting it with still like 5 seconds left on the clock. Really ugly ending to that game. I'm not going to throw out that Mitch Johnson just completely dropped the ball. I understood what he was going for. But overall, it was pretty bad. One of the worst endings that we've seen this season. And a big part of it should be Mitch Johnson taking, some blame for that. But overall as well, it's not just him. I mean, when you have Steph Castle taking horrible shots continuously, he turned the ball over, I think 5 times. His percentage was awful. Fox percentage was awful. And that's the kind of stuff that you do expect from them, especially Fox. Like, if you're not scoring, then yeah. Yeah, so it was really bad. He even got fouled out, or Castle got fouled out. So bad team effort overall, I think. Bad shot selection. And I think that a lot of teams are starting to figure us out. And you can't just solely lean on. Now, I might look foolish if, they have a great game today, which I think they should. I mean, I don't know. The Lakers don't play great defense or anything like that. But, you can't play through Castle, 90% of the, you just shouldn't do that. But yeah, anyways, let's listen.
I thought the score at halftime was misleading. I thought we played a bad half of basketball in the first half as well. And whether that's approach, putting your energy in the right places, responding and reacting to whatever's happening in front of you, and not moving on to the next play. We had a lot of that. And you have to participate in your own survival and do your part.
You said that score was misleading, but it seemed like you guys were in control most of the game. Where did you feel like you got away?
We were in control for most. I mean, it was very obvious it was a talent diff. Like, we had more talent, but I didn't feel like the Spurs were in control. I don't know. I mean, I thought we were playing very sloppily. Like, it seemed as if the Memphis Grizzlies at times, especially when Wemby was on the court, was getting shots easier than we could get shots. Because all they had to do was just close in on us. And if we're not hitting 3-point shots, then, you know, what they did to my boy Castle, man. They massacred my boy.
I thought that we were probably in control for most of the game, and that was misleading because our process of what we were trying to execute was not sharp.
It was pretty bad. Beyond the box, he says a timeout definitely should have been called. Wemby needed to be in the play, at least as a decoy. You know, that's kind of goes back to that Golden State Warriors ending that I thought was so horrible, because Wemby, even though he was in the game, they didn't even really use him as a decoy. Like, they didn't do anything. Wemby was just there, and I'm like, he should be involved. And so even if he's not the one taking the shot, he should be involved. He was just there, and I didn't quite understand that. Like, he was there for maybe a potential tip in. I mean, that's why he's there. Like, I just thought that was pretty bad, and that came after a timeout, bro. So I don't know.
And I thought that our body language and reactions and
yes,
focus on the game plan execution.
Yes, I mentioned that last night. I thought the body language was horrible. And this is why I was screaming for the top of my lungs, like, you need guys like Sohan. You need those bad guys. And I like how much energy Keldon's body language wasn't bad, but I like guys like what Keldon's doing, right? But you need guys like Sohan as well, like this dirty work, nastiness, competitiveness. I mean, he was teasing the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, it was really good. And his physicality, I don't know if you guys could tell, I was pretty close to it. His defense on Jaren Jackson Jr., it was like two Titans colliding, bro. Like, he was so physical with that dude. His box outs were perfect. His switches were perfect. He was really good. So yeah, to the point where even people that, because my dad do not watch the Spurs. He don't know the players really. He knows Wemby, obviously. And he knows Champagny because he did watch that game the other night where Champagny put up like 36 points. But he even brought up, he was like, that number 10, he's pretty good. And I was like, yeah, yeah.
And what needed to be done was not sharp. And, you know, that's frustrating, and that's on myself, and something that we're going to have to continue to be better at, or we're going to continue to find ourselves in situations like this.
Taking accountability. Someone brought up that we're 2-4 since playing Thunder. Yikes. I think the worst part about that is we've won games. I think the 2 games that we won were 2 that we could have very well lost, but then the 4 we lost were ones we should have won, or at least 3 of the 4 were ones we should have won, right? Because we beat the Detroit Pistons, which that's a tough one. Who was the other win after the Thunder? I'm gonna let the chat tell me.
You made a whole line there, I think, about 2 minutes into the second half. Is that sort of kind of what you're trying to communicate to them with that?
Yeah, I thought, you know, obviously at halftime we wanted to come out.
Then we beat the Pistons
with a certain amount of focus, competitiveness, and we just didn't. And again,
are you going live after the game also, Clint? No, but I'll go live on Friday.
It was not as much of maybe if we missed shots or they made shots. It was the how. And that's, I think, you know, as we alluded to earlier, even when we were maybe quote unquote in control of the game, it didn't feel like we were going to
do a watch along. Yeah, I don't know about that.
About things, how we were going about things was appropriate.
Yeah, because obviously on that minutes restriction, was he just out of minutes there at the end of the game? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did I say Pistons? It was Knicks. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, the Knicks. Yeah, we didn't play the Pistons yet, right? We haven't played the Pistons, I don't think.
Other than that, how do you think he looks, just having not played in a while, and you come out of it physically today, as far as you know?
As far as I know, he came out pretty good. Again, it's tough on that kid.
Pacers.
He's got a lot of
Pacers.
yo-yoing and back and forth and trying to support him the best we can. I think he's doing a phenomenal job, and hopefully just keep building on it.
Kind of proud of the minutes you got from Jeremy tonight after a period where he hasn't been playing a whole lot.
Oh, they're mentioning Jeremy Sohan.
I thought Jeremy was excellent. I thought the box score, like the real score, can be misleading. I thought he was a huge positive for us, way more than whatever the box score says.
Next match.
Isn't it crazy how like stats don't tell the full story? And the most casual viewers will jump into live streams and say, well, Clan, he only had 2 points. And they didn't pay attention to the game. But anyways, all due respect to Carter Bryant, but he can't seriously be getting these minutes over Jeremy. It's crazy how the staff seems like they can't see the difference between them. Like, give Jeremy minutes. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, it's very strange. I love Carter Bryant, but the idea that Carter Bryant is better than Sohan it's crazy. Like, Carter just needs reps. I wouldn't be, and I said this early in the season, I wouldn't be mad if they just put him in the G League. He can still be with the team, but like, just put him in the G League for a little bit. You know, let him get some actual reps. I mean, because he's not finishing stuff that is easy. Like, at least for a guy like that. I mean, obviously, like, me or you wouldn't be able to finish it, but I mean, Carter Bryant, I mean, the other night he had a wide open dunk. I mean, just him in the rim. I mean, in a fast break, and he bricked it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I can excuse missed threes. Lots of our players miss some threes, but I was like, what is that about? Also, very rich to bring up Sohan not being able to shoot from three when the Spurs literally went on like a 2 or 3 game stretch of shooting 20% from the field. Anyways, yeah, I think him going to the G League would be good. Send Carter to Austin. 3 consecutive missed dunks. Duh. I just think he just needs some reps, and like, you can put him back. Like, put him back on, you know, getting minutes or whatever. But anyways. Oh, by the way, I got to shout myself out as well. So if you guys are interested in any merch, go to clanthemerchfan.com. As you guys know, I will be going to Japan at near the end of this year. So I'm only going to have the shop up. The plan right now is to only have the shop up for another 6 or 7 months. So if you guys are interested, please head on over, get yourself some merch, and I'll be fulfilling all the orders at the end of the month, each month. That just seems to be the most manageable. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. Link in the description, or just go to clanthemerchfan.com, and, you know, show your boy some support. All right, show your boy some support. Moving on. Free Sohan. Yeah, kind of. Losing Chip England is biggest loss in Spurs history. Have you guys been keeping up with Chip England? I haven't really been keeping up. Should we watch what the Memphis Grizzlies coach had to say about us? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if we care. Do we care? Does Mitch look aged? He don't look aged. Just came back from Japan. It's great, right? Yeah. I mean, Japan isn't perfect, but some pretty cool stuff. Julian Champagny interview. Maybe we should go over that one as well. Okay, so I do want to see what Wembanyama has to say, because I'm sure our boy has a lot to say. And I want to also I bring it up a lot in this stream, but I'm going to keep bringing it up. But I'm gonna bring something up at the end of this video, this segment. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. All right, so let's talk about Wembanyama in this minutes restriction, because it was pretty rough what we saw with that last game. That was pretty tough, man. Now, before we do, if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check out Sleeper, link in the description. If you don't care about daily fantasy sports, you can go to the homepage, and when you go over to NBA, you can see all of the different stats throughout the day, the highlights, injury reports, breaking news, trade rumors, all that good stuff is all there. So you don't have to go to Twitter, which, let's be honest, is a hellscape of nonsense. But so if you guys are interested, head on over to Sleeper. You can use the app as daily fantasy sports, or you can use the app as just, another sports social media app. But if you do want to do it as daily fantasy, use promo code CLAN. You can see right there. You get 100% match up to $100. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to what our GOAT, our king, had to say. Wembanyama. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Like I told you, I went to the game with my dad, and he loves Michael Jordan. I love Michael Jordan too. I just tease. I think Michael Jordan's the GOAT. But I kept just saying the entire game that Wemby was better than Michael. I was like, I never seen Michael do that. And Wemby was literally like stretching, and I was like, I never seen Michael do that. And he was like, what? Stand up? And then I saw Wembanyama like encouraging his teammates, and I was like, Jordan just punches his teammates. I was getting my dad pretty riled up. But anyways, I love me some Wembanyama. So let's see what he has to say. This minutes restriction was kind of crazy. 20 minutes is understandable. They're trying to do it for the award or whatever. But geez, good God almighty, could they have not just figured this out where he plays the last 3 minutes of the game? Maybe they were worried that, that's when things ramp up, he could get hurt. I don't know, bro. I don't know what an extra 14 seconds would have done to Wemby, but okay.
I mean, great, at least, being out a few times, at least I'd rather not be out, but at least I'm not taking things for granted, so just trying to have the team as much as I can.
What did you see from the team tonight against Memphis?
I don't want to say lack of energy. Body language was awful, and we were soft.
We're not at our level, I think it's the maturity level, there's some things we need to figure out together, but the good thing is, nobody's pointing fingers, nobody gets after each other, still trying to hold each other accountable, but the thing is we stay together. But yeah, there's a few things we need to figure out.
Can you talk a little bit about Jeremy getting some minutes tonight and how he played?
Jeremy Sohan. He was great.
About who?
Jeremy and how he got to the game in the fourth quarter.
I mean, he saw his chance and took it. I don't think it's as close a game if he's not on the court. So very impactful minutes.
Why do you think the team things have been so up and down since Christmas?
The fact is that we play down to the level of the opponent. So the good thing is we can match up with anybody and look everybody in the eyes. But the bad thing is we look everybody in the eyes, and sometimes we should just.
Wemby just has a new quote. He is a journalist's wet dream, man. Oh my God. Man. Dark humor is like food. Not everyone gets it. Even the chat. That's actually a really good quote though. Like, good news is we can play to the eye of our opponents. The bad news is we're playing to the eye of our opponents. That's a banger, y'all. I'm sorry.
Put people away. Guys, sometimes we should just put people away.
Sometimes we should just put people away. Bro, the Memphis Grizzlies, I was watching, when I was at that game, I was like, they literally have no one right now. Like, Jaren Jackson always has a difficult time against us. Like, put Sohan out there, he gonna have a hard time, whatever, let's move on. But, man, they had nobody, bro. They had nobody.
I think we most of the time we execute well, but we don't finish plays and positions, you know. So we just keep people in there, keep people in games. And they're still an NBA team, so anything can happen in the fourth quarter.
How'd your win feel out there?
My win? Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
His wind? Like his breath? I don't really understand what the question is. I'll be honest, I thought Wemby looked a little tired at times, but he was okay. But yeah, what a quote. Such a great quote, isn't it? Overall, Wemby was great. He's always great. I don't really know what else to say to that. I've been a huge proponent of what the starting lineup should be. I'm getting kind of tired of talking about it because I just don't think it's going to happen. But you know what? It is what it is. But I do not quite understand, like, at the very least, right? If Wemby has to get 20 minutes and they thought that those were the best ways to utilize those 20 minutes and they were just like, okay, and Fox can just finish it off, fine, okay? But in that situation, 14 seconds left, you have 2 timeouts. I don't think it was the best idea just to wing it, you know? I think we should play to win. And playing to win would be set up the best possible play you can, right? To get the best possible shot you can. But, you know, sometimes Fox isn't 100% there, you know? Like, he hit some big shots near the end, but he is not always 100% there. So I think it would have been good to engage in some type of play to help us out where we just weren't leaning on him. Because the Memphis Grizzlies just read it like a book. I mean, they just instantly doubled him, and he wasn't even thinking to pass that off. And we still had about 5 seconds left. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, so even Wemby's like, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, Wemby. Now, I'm going to keep bringing this up. I'm going to annoy people in the live stream because they've heard it already like twice now. But as you guys may or may not know, I will be moving over to Japan this year, right? So there's a lot of things that I have to get ready, and with that means that the merch shop that I've had up for quite a while now will be closing in the next 6 or 7 months, and I will be fulfilling each order that comes at the end of each month. So if you guys are interested at all and you want to support your boy, all the money will go towards that trip and moving and everything, and moving trucks to bring this stuff out. Moving trucks, like they can just go over across the ocean, but it's gonna be moved to my parents. But if you guys are interested at all in the merch, please head on over to clanthemerchfan.com. I would like to add at least one more design onto the shop, but no promises right now. But if you guys are interested, if you've thought about it in the past and you're like, hey, I kind of want to, but I just haven't got to it, please go support. Vader Wim is my favorite one. I'm not going to lie to you, but also my second is the beautiful game tape. I just love this one. I'm sorry. I just really like this one. It's so beautiful. But if you guys are interested, go head on over to the merch shop and get yourself some merch. Okay. 6'7". I don't. You wanted me to do that? I don't know why you wanted me to do that. Moving for good? Yeah. Moving for good. I mean, as long as they keep me there, I don't know. I don't know. It's indefinitely how long I'll be gone. The channel will still be here. I probably need to say that the channel will still be here. But But certain things like merch, I don't really see how, until I'm like fully integrated there, good to go, maybe. But like right now, there's no way. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested, good stuff. Let's see. Why are you moving to Japan? I like Japan. Visited. I like the safety. I like the healthcare. And it's actually beautiful. Don't like some of the xenophobia, but I made some friends over there. They're really cool. Proud of you, my boy. Oh, well, yeah. Time to learn a new language. Yeah, it's that language. It's not that it's so weird. It's not that it's difficult to comprehend, but it's difficult to implement because it's so different, because it's so foreign. But yeah, isn't Japan quite conservative in quite a few ways? Yeah, you got to find your own people, but their conservatism isn't exactly the same as like US's conservatism. It's a different type. It's very strange there. Like, for instance, in one way, they'll allow people to be themselves. Like, there's people cosplaying just daily. No one even blinks an eye. No one cares. It's just, hey, they're just doing their thing, right? But then when it comes to rule following, they're very strict with following rules. Being a rule breaker is really bad there. And then everything is contextualized as far as their communication. I don't know. They do view certain races differently. They viewed foreigners differently, but it just depends, man. It depends on where you end up, honestly. Like, being even like the bigger cities, being in Osaka is so different than being in Kyoto, or Tokyo is so different than like Sendai. Well, actually, Sendai is pretty cool. Anyways, do you have to take out piercings? If you're at a job, more than likely, yeah. It's certain jobs. I don't know if that's for women. Where in Japan you moving? I actually don't know yet. I am hoping for the Kansai region. That's what I'm aiming for. Sensei clan, yeah. Hachimura, Rui Hachimura. Anyways, let's move on. This will be the last thing that I go over, and then I'm gonna hop off because yeah, boy wants to. I gotta get ready to watch this game. Let's see here. Okay. Strangely enough, I was not expecting this. How good of a game did Julian Champagny have against the Memphis Grizzlies? I guess it doesn't matter. We haven't heard from him in a while. Actually, this is like bad quality. Let me see if we can go to. Do they have him on the Spurs page? Okay, they do. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Screw Julian Champagny. We have one that's just got uploaded from Mitch Johnson. I know it's pregame Lakers. So a lot of people after this won't care once we play the Lakers, but I'm interested in this one. He might talk a little bit more because we only got 3 minutes of him on the other clip. So let's take a look at this. Before we do, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check out Sleeper. Or if you don't care about that at all, just go to the social media section. And as you can see here, like there's a bunch of different news. What is this? The Bucks recently made calls. There's a lot going on. And the Spurs have not been in any of these conversations. I know some people have sent me a couple articles, but those were non-found. Like there was nothing it was just speculation. It wasn't like, oh, this is what's going on. But the big thing going on right now is the Trae Young stuff, which is great for us. Now, some people have brought up like, well, the Atlanta Hawks are better without Trae Young. I just like the idea of things being severely shaken up with a team that we have their draft picks. I want as much moving pieces, new players that they get as humanly possible. As long as it's not some superstars they get on the team, we're totally fine. Like, building that chemistry and trying to win is very hard in the NBA. And they're in a position where in the East looks pretty good. They're in a pretty tough position. So I think that him getting traded and more pieces coming and mixing things up, I think is good. Oh, me personally, I just think it's good. But anyways, if you guys are interested, go download Sleeper, link in the description. And also use promo code CLAN. Get 100% match up to $100. But yeah, sorry. Where we at? There we are. All right, let's see what he has to say before taking on the Lakers. I am very interested in this.
Vic, have to lobby, or how did that go down? Getting him.
I think we were all, including him, feeling good about how he responded and reacted after the game last night.
Ever going to come by San Antonio for a game before you leave? Oh, yeah. I'm just going to keep bringing this up. I am moving to Japan, so the merch shop will be closing in the next 6 or 7 months. So, guys, please head on over to clanthemerchfan.com and get yourself some merch. I'll show it at the end of this segment as well. But if I'm going to come to San Antonio, I'm going to be real with you. Probably not. I'll be going to one more game, probably in Memphis, but I won't be going to San Antonio, I don't think, because it costs money and I need that money right now. So yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately, but it would be awesome.
Today and going through, what he's done to prepare for the game, and so we'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
Still off the bench, still a limited set of minutes he's allowed to play.
Correct.
Obviously, when he's limited, it complicates the way you can handle him and his rotations. When you have a game like last night where he gets to the end and he's run out of minutes, does that cause you guys to go back and revisit how you might reconfigure?
Great question, because I was like, dude, how? And I know that that's difficult to manage, but I was like, how do we not play him in the last 3 minutes? Like,
figure that?
I mean, you don't need Wemby to beat the Grizzlies. So let me throw that out there. You didn't need Wemby to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. But good God, in this game, yeah, that was kind of the only way we were going to win.
This has been such an ongoing, uneven build out that we go back and revisit everything. The one thing that we've said, and I feel very strongly about, is I want him to play a natural flow of minutes, what I mean by that is I don't want him to sit out for a quarter of gameplay. That's not natural. That's not, I don't think, fair to him. And I don't think it's fair to his teammates when I don't want to get too cute where he doesn't play the first half and now the game's taking on a personality. And then what does that mean? Does he have to put on the cape and save the day? Do the other guys now have to play differently, even though the whole half the games happen? So there's a lot that goes into it, and I understand all the perspective.
I don't know. I don't know my opinion on this. I can't, like, I don't know. I think I just give it to the coach on this one, because I'm thinking back on the Thunder game, and I'm pretty sure Wemby came in the second quarter, and it was kind of a save the day, and then the game kind of took on a different personality, like he mentioned, and then, well, we end up winning that one. I don't know. I guess it's also pretty tough. This is something I didn't think about. I guess it's also pretty tough trying to figure out what minutes you give him, and you want to make sure he ends the game in games like the Memphis Grizzlies, right? Like, because that game, even without Wemby, you should be able to blow them out. So, and without Vassell, you should be able to blow them out, or at least have a sizable enough lead where it doesn't end the way that it ended and he runs out of minutes, right? So, like, in that situation, that is a pretty tough scenario. Whereas when you're going against the Thunder, you know for a indisputable fact that you're going to need Wemby at the end of the game. So maybe that's why they didn't stagnate it in a way where he would be able to finish that game against the Grizzlies. I wonder. That actually makes sense, thinking of it in my head. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that, but because I want him to finish, but then certain games, it's like, how do you know? So do you just go with the flow of it?
And opinions of it, and I think we're trying to do what's best for Victor and what's best for the Spurs all at the same time. And
I hope Mitch can regain his faith in Sohan. I hope Mitch can just ride it out. This player is too talented. Ride it out. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna screw up. He's gonna have to find chemistry with the team. But you can't. He's not the type that you can pull in, pull out. And he's definitely not the type that you can put at center as a backup center with not the best talent on the court. Like, he needs to be out there with some of the better players, at least a couple of them. It is not good enough to do that, and he's not going to be as effective that way. So yeah, I don't know. You got to just be consistent with it. Like, keep him out there, keep giving him minutes. It's not like it's a attitude problem. It's not like it's a energy problem. It's not like it's a defense problem. Like, you work with it, you know? I don't know.
that's my job, and I'm the one ultimately that makes the decision, and that's that.
Somebody tried to tell me on Twitter that y'all need to understand, you people don't get it, that it's not Mitch Johnson's decisions, it's the higher-ups. You're just speculating. You don't have any basis on that information. That's not even something where I'm going to be like, you're 100% wrong. But based on how the Spurs have done things in the past, I can make an inference that that's not true. And anyone that thinks that Mitch Johnson doesn't have control over this team right now, you're just making your own assumptions. You're just weird assumptions based on anything. Like, it's just based on your feelings here because he's the new coach. Especially with how Popovich is and how he was as a coach and just the person that he is and what he's shown over the years, I have a hard time believing that he would want a coach to be in his spot that's being controlled by the front office. And also, we've had a team that top down respect each branch of the team and allow them to do their thing. We've seen Mitch Johnson do some crazy experimental stuff throughout this season. I don't think that that's the front office saying, hey, that's what you can do. The only part of, I think, the front office being involved, and like, I mean, it happens more often with other teams, but maybe even with us, to a certain degree, would be when a player is making a certain amount of money, which I do. That's just across the board, all of the NBA. But when you start to say he's being controlled, you kind of make it seem as if it's completely out of the ordinary. Some of those things, when it comes to the Spurs, when it happens everywhere. So maybe when it comes to that, like, Devin Vassell has to get minutes. But as far as like, does he start? Does he come off the bench? And stuff like that. I don't think that's, yeah.
So, Mitch, I was curious, did you see...
Exactly. Pop wouldn't... That's another reason, too, right? Like, Pop would not treat Sohan like that. It must be Mitch. That's another reason why I think Mitch Johnson is in control of all of this, which I want it to be that way, by the way. I don't want him to be controlled by Pop or nothing. That'd be stupid. We'll never win like that. But, yeah, Popovich used Sohan, like, all the time. And Mitch Johnson obviously has, like, certain favorites, right? So, but, yeah. Dang, thanks for the super chat, man. Because I love you. Just because I love you, clan. I love you too, Andrew. Thanks, man.
Had showed video where Victor kicked the balls out of the net. I'm just curious if you saw that. Just, it seems like every game or he does something that's sort of mind-blowing. Did you...
Hop off. What if he said that? You're doing tricks on it. You're doing tricks. I can't do the Mitch Johnson voice. You're doing tricks. I can't do it.
See it, and what do you think of it?
Tell him not to do that.
I saw it after much time, so he was fine. So I was okay.
I was at the game and I didn't see it.
If I saw it in real time, I may feel differently. But he does things that are just unique, and I've learned to not tell him what not and what to do, just to try to help him maybe sometimes of when and how, or what the rippling effect could be. But I don't have any experience of kicking anything, so I can't speak on that.
On a kicking restriction tonight.
He might have already done it again. I got no idea. Pregame is someone else's responsibility.
How do you think that the other guys have responded to? Obviously,
That is so funny. Thank you for the super chat. So Andrew Garcia sent me a super chat, and then Andrew the Great sent one, and he says there can only be one. All right, you guys can battle it out. You can just keep sending super chats, okay? Just keep sending them. Every penny. I mean, YouTube takes out quite a bit. Every penny that I get will be going towards my Japan trip or move.
like you said, you're trying to build a natural flow with Victor's minutes, but how do you think the other guys on the court have responded to, I guess, those sort of inconsistencies in terms of him starting or coming off the bench?
I think they've been great. I mean, you go back to Vegas against Oklahoma City was the first time we did it, and we've done it numerous times since then in different ways with different amounts of minutes and different groups and lineups, and he's finished some games, he hasn't finished other games, and it's been a testament to him and to the rest of the guys of just how they've really not blinked at any of it. Doesn't mean all the results and outcomes are what we want, but they've stayed together.
By the way, one thing I know it's going to be glazing, but when I was at the game, I noticed Sohan was in great spirits, and I was actually shocked by how great of spirits he was. Like, he was joking around with the entire team. He was pumping them up. He was very, I mean, he seemed like a nice dude, but he was very kind to everybody. Yeah, he didn't seem beat up about not playing at all. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I know he is, but he didn't show it.
Bickering or selfishness regarding it. It's we have one goal, and that's trying to be the best team we can, and it's a long season. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and we're not going to ride the emotions of it. We're going to just keep on trying to not skip steps and get better.
Devin getting any closer?
He's getting closer because he's had a really good stretch. You know, I don't have a time for you or whatnot, but he's had a really, really good stretch, and so we feel really good about that, and it's good for him because he's been having a heck of a year. So I'm glad that he's doing well and continuing to progress.
When you get especially a defensive effort like you got from Jeremy last night, defense on the boards, how do you look at that as a coach and think of maybe opportunities to get him in the rotation?
No, I didn't see Wemby kick the ball out of the net. Not in person. I saw it when I got home.
Or is it still just sort of playing it by ear, how the team is going that night?
I think it's all of it. I think how do we...
I think I might have got there too late. I didn't get there when the game has started, but it was like pretty shortly before. Like it was maybe 5 minutes before the national anthem. So yeah, I might have just missed it.
Talk about rewarding the process or actions and approach that we want, and then not acknowledge when that process happens. You know, the outcome, we didn't win the game. His box score wasn't something that if you didn't watch the game, you'd say, oh, Sohan had a monster game tonight. If you watch the game, he helped change the trajectory of the game. That's something that if we don't acknowledge that, then we're going to lose a lot of credibility in that locker room, and we should. So I thought Jeremy did a great job at that, and I think we've had guys step up all year, and it's not always been someone who's had consistent playing time before.
But it's okay. Yeah, let's just keep playing Olynyk.
For that, and again, it doesn't always feel good, and it's frustrating. It should be. I want everybody to want to play 48 minutes, but it's also part of being a professional.
Now, come on. Now, come on, coach. Come on, coach. Come on, coach. Come on. No, let's not do that. Let's not do it. Let's not straw man here. He's definitely straw manning. Good God, is that a straw man? I want every player to get 48 minutes. I mean, everyone should want 48 minutes. How about 1 minute? Should everybody want 1 minute? Perhaps 2? Is 3 asking for too much? Maybe 5. Is 5 okay? Come on. That's BS. Come on. I love Mitch Johnson, but that's BS right there. Yeah, just at least play him every game, coach. Exactly. Like, look, I want everybody to be hungry. I want everyone to have 48 minutes. 48? We just asking for 1. We're asking for 5 seconds. There's only me. Oh, no. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, no. But yeah, like, come on.
On Jeremy's been a great one.
You won one against LA, lost one against LA. I know last night you talked about execution. Execution-wise, what do you need to see out of the guys tonight?
I think we have to continue to not be driven by the outcomes or necessarily the immediate feedback of whatever's happening. I think if we can commit to the process of the game plan execution, how we want to play, then if we miss the shot or they make the shot, but if what we did on that possession is how we wanted to execute or what it should look like, we should believe that. And I think sometimes lately, and including last night, we've been a little bit too reactionary to the immediate feedback we're getting from a result.
All right. Clan, you should do watch-alongs. I think it's great to grow the fan base even more. I'll think about it, man. I'm telling you, I used to do watch parties like every game, and it was miserable. I didn't get much out of it. Yeah, people came through, but it feels like more people wanted to talk at halftime and more people wanted to talk after the game, right? So I just didn't get much out of it. So I don't know. Maybe with games like this, I can't do it tonight. I refuse to do it tonight, but maybe some other later games we can do it. Let me say this. I didn't want to say this. Playoffs. I definitely want to do something special for when we're in the playoffs, right? Like I want to watch quite a few of those playoff games with you guys. So, and I want to do that as much as possible because especially when I'll be moving to Japan, there's a 15-hour, well, sometimes 14-hour, but 15-hour time difference. So it's going to be very difficult. Like I'm going to have to turn my phone off and watch it away from you guys and then live stream there. So it's going to be kind of weird how I got to do it, but it is what it is. But speaking of Japan, if you guys are interested in merch, head on over to clanthemerchfan.com. Anything that you get from the merch shop will be going towards the move. And also, just want to bring this up, it would only be here for 6 or 7 months. So, just if you want to get something, go ahead and try to get it now. But I really do appreciate the love, and I'll be fulfilling the orders at the end of each month. So, clanthemerchfan.com, head on over and support your boy, man. It will mean a great deal to me. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to hop off. Game is going to start, 8 minutes, but really it's going to start in like 18 minutes. But I'm going to hop off and start preparing for that. I will see you guys on Friday. I think it's going to be so weird because, I can't go live Saturday. I can go live Sunday. So we'll go live Friday. We'll talk about this Lakers game then. And then on Sunday, I'll go live and we'll talk about, I guess, the game before that, which, who do we play? Pacers? Actually, I don't know who we play. Oh, Wolves, Timberwolves. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Okay. Yeah, I'll go live after that one. And we'll talk. Maybe we can do a watch along for that one because I actually have something planned that night. Actually, I don't know what time that night I have it planned yet. Let's see, 7, 8, be done at 8:30 to 9:30. I don't know. We might be able to just do a post game for the Timberwolves one. But yeah, everyone have a good night. Once again, please, if you want to show support, get yourself some merch. It will mean the world to me. I'll make sure to start fulfilling orders at the end of each month. So, get it in. Just be patient with me because I do everything myself. So, But yeah, I appreciate the love nonetheless. But I'll give it to you guys later, and I will see you on Friday. And let's go ahead and take care of these Los Angeles losers. I'm sorry. That was horrible. Okay.